Hello everybody, remember me? It has been quite a while, and I'm normally not one to make excuses, but this time I think I actually do have a good excuse. This monster. That was so unnecessary. So in one of my last videos I mentioned that I was on summer vacation, which is true, but I did fail to mention that I am taking summer courses, and for one of my summer courses I have to read this monster, so I'm keeping myself pretty busy with school. So last night I went to a local book sale. It was called Books to Benefit, and I believe all the proceeds for this book sale went to our local community college in supplying scholarships. I'm not positive though, so don't quote me on that. But let's talk about book sales for a second. I feel like there's two types of book sales. The first type is the type that you go to with not enough cash, and you are so mad at yourself because you see so many great books that you want to pick up, but you only have 20 bucks with you. And the second type is the book sales that you go to and you pay $5 to get in, and you walk around and there are just not really any books that you want, but you already paid $5 to get in, so you get so many books that you don't necessarily need. You just get to justify the fact that you paid $5 to get in, and this book sale was definitely the second. The first book I picked up was The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Lee Stewart, and I picked this book up because the cover was intriguing. I whipped out my Goodreads app and scanned it, and it had a pretty high rating. This is a middle grade book, and it reminded me a little bit of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which is why I ended up purchasing it. And then I picked up The Maze Runner by James Dashner, and I've heard mixed reviews about this trilogy. Nevertheless, the film is coming out this fall. Is it this fall? So I definitely want to read the first one. I've heard the first one's good, and then as the trilogy progresses, they get a little bit useless, but I'm definitely interested in reading this one. And then I picked up the Delirium Trilogy by Lauren Oliver. Is this called the Delirium Trilogy? I'm not sure. We're going to call it that. The first book is Delirium. The second book is Pandemonium, and the third book is Requiem. Is that the order? That's the order, right? And then I picked up Warhorse. I was initially interested in this when it was a play being performed on Broadway. It was a really neat production. They used live puppetry to represent the horses, and then that was adapted into a film, and I think I downloaded this book a while ago for my Kindle, and I tried to read it on the beach, but as you can probably assume, since it's a book about war and horses, it's definitely not a beach read. And then I picked up The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. Whenever I go to a book sale, no matter what it's for, I feel like there's always 1,000 copies of this book just sitting around. This is J.K. Rowling's adult novel. It has no relation to the Harry Potter world. I believe it is a mystery crime type novel. I'm not sure. I don't know. And then I saw this book and I thought it was definitely worth picking up. It is The Knife of Never Letting Go. This is the first book in the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness. I've heard so much about this trilogy, but I've yet to read it, and I didn't really think I'd be interested in this trilogy. But then when I was at the book sale, I looked it up, like the synopsis on my cell phone, and it's actually really intriguing, so I'm definitely interested in starting this trilogy this summer. And then I picked up Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, and I purchased this because I needed a reason to justify the fact that I spent $5 to get into this book sale. And then I picked up Legend by Marie Lu. This is the first book in the trilogy. I believe a lot of people say it's actually better than Hunger Games. It's a dystopian trilogy, I think. We'll find out. I don't know that. Since I've been gone for a while, there are dozens of books on my bookshelves that have gone unhauled. I don't really want to spend the time going through my bookshelf, figuring out which ones I've hauled and which ones I haven't. So I'm just going to show you 6 books that I want to show off. The first 3 are the 3 books in the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han. The books are The Summer I Turned Pretty, We'll Always Have Summer, and It's Not Summer Without You. BookTube has been buzzing about these books recently, and I feel like since it's finally summer, it's definitely worth giving these books a read. The next 3 books are books that I want in Becca's giveaway. Becca from Awesome Book Nut, she's great, I love her. Hi Becca, you're great. These are just some ARCs that she was giving away that she already read, and she wanted to share the book love, so yay for Becca, she's great. The first one is Expiration Date. The second one is Killer Instinct, which I'm really excited about because I'm a huge fan of Dexter, so it kind of has a very Dexter-ish feel to it. And the third one being, and then I won another giveaway this month, which is even crazier. Sophie over at Sophie Reads is celebrating her 500 YouTube subscribers. Yay, Sophie. I think she's almost up to 1,000 now, so I'll leave her channel below. Same with Becca. Go subscribe to both of them because they're both great. But I won a hardback of my choice, and I ended up picking Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. I picked this book because the plot seemed very intriguing. BookTube has been buzzing about it recently, but the thing that really sold me on this book was the Everything Leads to You, that title. It just really caught my attention, and I want to know why everything leads to you. I want to know. So Good title choice, Nina LaCour. So that is my video for the day. I'm sorry that I've been gone for a while. Summer classes are slowly starting to wind down, so I will be making a more official, prettier return to YouTube very soon. In the meantime, I will go ahead and leave my social media information in the description below, including my Goodreads. Feel free to add or follow me there. And if you liked this video, please feel free to subscribe and leave a comment below telling me what you are reading this summer. And until next time, happy reading!